In previous lectures, you learned how to access a single element in a list, and in this section, you've been learning how to work through all the elements in a list. So you can also work with a specific group of items in a list called a slice in Python. So to make a slice, you specify the index of the first and last elements you want to work with. As with the range function, Python stops one item before the second index you specify. The output of the first three elements in a list you will request here indicates truth 0 to 3 here. So now if we write 0 to 3 here, we will get this here, and this is our slice. So here I will create some examples here. So let's again make some example about car makers, or let's sometime now car makers is okay. Car makers, here we will add BMW, Honda here, we will add Volkswagen, we will add the Ford, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan here. So here we will print the 03. So print car makers 03 here. So this code now this code prints a slice of the list. So the output retains the structure of a list and includes the first three car makers in the list here. So in this case, it's gonna print us here. It's gonna print us BMW, Honda, and Volkswagen. So it will print us these three items since we write in 0 and 3 here. So now let's print this, and as you can see here, BMW, Honda, Volkswagen. So you can generate any subset of a list. For example, if you want to second, third, and fourth item in a list, you will do this. Here, as you can see here, we started Honda, Volkswagen, and Ford. And this time the slide start with Honda here and ends with the Ford. So if you omit the first index in a slice, Python automatically starts your slice at the beginning of the list, like this here. You just need to add this double dot here, and as you can see here, we got BMW, Honda, Volkswagen, and Ford here. So a similar syntax works if you want a slice that includes the end of a list. So for example, if you want to all items from the third item through the last item, you can do this, 2 double dot, but this double dot here will come after the number to get the last item. So here get from the last item. Now in this case we will get, as you can see here, it's actually, where's my marker? Yes. So here we got Nissan, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, Volkswagen, and that's it. We got from here to here. So we got 2 here. We counted 0, 1, second, and from second we told Python that get all those items from the last. So Python returns all the items from the third item through the end of the list. Volkswagen, Ford, Hyundai, Kia, Nissan. So this syntax allows you to output all the elements from any point in your list to the end, regardless of the length of the list or something. So recall that negative index returns an element a certain distance from the end of a list. Therefore, you can output any slice of the end of a list. For example, if you want to output the last 3 car makers on the car makers, we can use this slice like this here, -3, -3 here, and this double dot here, and after that we will print this. And as you can see here, we printed Hyundai, Kia, Nissan here. So you can include a third value in the braces, indicating a slice. So if a third value is included, this tells Python how many items to skip between items in the specified range. So you can use a slice in a for loop if you want to loop through the subset of the elements in a list. So in this example, we will loop through the first 3 car makers and print their names as a part of a simple car maker. Now we will print here. Here are the first 4 car makers in my list here, and after that we will use for loop for car maker in car makers, and here we will enter this. Here for, and after that we will print here. We will print the car maker dot title. So here we will, let's run this, and as you can see here, we got this example. We got this output. So instead of looping through the entire list of players or car makers, Python loops through only the first 4 car makers. So slices are very useful in a number of situations. For instance, when you are creating a game, you could add a car maker's model to a list every time that that car is running or playing, the player is playing with that car. So you could then get a player's top 3 scores by sorting the list in decreasing order and taking a slice that includes just the first 3 scores.